Welcome back to the channel, folks. Today, we're diving into the twisted, terrifying, balloon-filled madness that is Welcome to Derry, Episode 5. Grab your flashlight, lock the doors, and whatever you do, don't follow the red balloons. Let's go. The episode kicks off in near darkness. We're in the old St. Mary's Church, the one Derry residents have been whispering about since Episode 2. Dripping pipes, dust in the air, and in the middle of the basement stands Officer Nora Wixs, flashlight trembling. She's investigating the disappearance of a local boy, Evan Marsh, but she finds something else. A mural on the wall, freshly painted. Children, running, Derry burning, and in the center, a grinning shape with glowing orange eyes. Nora whispers, trembling, "It's watching us." Before she can finish, a balloon floats past her shoulder, slowly, silently, despite there being no wind. Cut to black. We jump to our main heroes, Kathy, Michael, and Leo, still shaken from Episode 4's sewer encounter. Kathy is convinced Pennywise isn't just hunting random kids, he's choosing. Michael, the rational one, pulls out old Derry newspapers he found in his uncle's attic. Every 27 years, the same pattern. Missing kids, town tragedies, strange sightings, and always the clown. Leo, jittery but determined, finally asks the question, "So what are we supposed to do? Fight a demon?" "Kathy, if it took Evan, we don't have a choice." The trio tracks down a mysterious name from the old papers, Margaret Holt, the only survivor of a child disappearance wave from 1958. They find her in a retirement home on the edge of town. Margaret is frail, quiet, until she hears the word clown. Her hands tremble. She reveals the truth. Pennywise doesn't just kill. It feeds on fear and chooses kids whose emotions are strongest. She remembers hearing its voice whisper, "If you remember me, I remember you." The trio realizes something horrifying. Pennywise marks survivors so they never escape him. That's when Margaret suddenly stiffens. She looks over Kathy's shoulder, and we see it too. A red balloon outside the window floating upward against gravity. Margaret screams. Cut. Back at Michael's house, the group digs through the documents they stole from the abandoned town hall. Newspaper clippings, police reports, handwritten letters from panicked townsfolk. One letter stands out, written by a terrified mother in 1904. It says, "The clown returns when the town turns its back on its children." The trio realizes Pennywise doesn't cause the cruelty in Derry. He feeds it, amplifies it, uses it. And the town, knowingly or not, lets him. Just as this sinks in, every light in the house flickers. A child's laughter echoes from the kitchen. Leo, swallowing hard. "Guys, we're not alone." They follow the sound into the hallway, where the air turns icy. Michael's old landline phone suddenly rings. No caller ID. He picks it up. A child's whisper. "Michael, help me. Please. He's right behind me." It's Evan. The trio freezes. Evan gasps, begging them to come quickly. Then the voice shifts. The voice deepens. Shares becomes a monstrous echo. "You remember me, Michael, don't you?" The phone melts into a balloon in Michael's hand. It pops, spraying water everywhere. The TV flickers on behind them. Static. Then the white face appears, orange eyes glowing. Pennywise whispers, "Let's play." Every door in the house slams shut at once. The trio tracks down a mysterious name from the old papers, Margaret Holt, the only survivor of a child disappearance wave from 1958. They find her in a retirement home on the edge of town. Margaret is frail, quiet, until she hears the word clown. Her hands tremble. She reveals the truth. Pennywise doesn't just kill. It feeds on fear and chooses kids whose emotions are strongest. She remembers hearing its voice whisper, "If you remember me, I remember you." The trio realizes something horrifying. Pennywise marks survivors, so they never escape him. That's when Margaret suddenly stiffens. She looks over Kathy's shoulder, and we see it too. A red balloon outside the window, floating upward against gravity. The house twists around them, hallways stretching, floors bending. Michael almost falls into a hole that wasn't there moments before. Kathy grabs him, screaming. Leo sees a figure crawling fast along the ceiling toward them, jerky, spider-like, its face flickering between Evan and the clown. They bolt through the kitchen window, shattered glass everywhere. They hit the lawn, gasping, and the house returns to normal behind them, as if nothing happened. Breathless, terrified, they sit in the middle of the street. Kathy notices something on her arm, a faint red mark, like a handprint. Leo has one too. Michael checks his neck. Same mark. They're not just being hunted, they're chosen. The marks glow faintly. And from the sewer grate beside them comes the unmistakable sound. Pennywise laughing. Deep, hungry, getting closer. Michael turns to the others. "We're not running anymore." Kathy nods. Leo, shaking, agrees. They look toward the old sewer entrance, determined, terrified, but ready. The camera pans slowly to the grate. A red balloon rises from the darkness. Then a pale hand reaches up and pops it with a claw. Cut to black. And that was episode 5 of Welcome to Derry, a turning point episode where the hunt becomes a war. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, drop your theories in the comments, and subscribe for episode 6 as soon as it drops. Until then, watch the shadows. And whatever you do, don't follow the balloons.